The first clap of thunder made Mikey drop his comic. "Just great," he muttered, hearing the rain roar above. "Guess patrol's canceled." Rainy season in New York meant flooded sewers, which meant being stuck underground, which meant his brothers would get cranky with cabin fever. Leo would make them do extra training, and Donnie would disappear into his lab for days. Another crash of thunder, closer this time. The lair's lights flickered ominously. "Oh, come on!" He fumbled for the flashlight he kept by his bed, accidentally knocking it onto the floor where it rolled under his dresser. "Perfect. This is fine. Everything's fine." A beam of light suddenly hit him in the face, making him yelp. "Y'all gonna lay there talking to yourself all night?" Raph's voice came from the doorway, flashlight being lowered slightly. "I'm providing dramatic narration for my tragic situation." "Uh-huh." Raph's silhouette moved closer. "Well, if you're done with the one turtle show, Dawn's trying to get the backup generator running. Could use an extra pair of hands." "In the dark?" Mikey squinted suspiciously. "With all this crazy electric stuff?" "Pass!" Thunder boomed directly overhead, making them both jump slightly. "Unless," Mikey amended quickly, "you want company walking to the lab. You know, for safety reasons. You scared of a little thunder?" Raph's tone was teasing, but he waited while Mikey scrambled up to join him. "Please! I laugh in the face of thunder. I just thought you might want moral support." "Sure," Raph said dryly, but his hand found Mikey's shoulder in the dark, steering him around the furniture he knew his little brother would trip over. They found Donnie's lab illuminated by several battery-powered lanterns. Their genius brother was half buried in the generator's internal components, muttering equations under his breath. "The flooding must have damaged something in the wiring," Dawn said without energy. "Hand me that wrench." "Which wrench?" "There's like 50. The one I just put down. That narrows it down about 30. A sigh echoed from inside the generator. "The blue-handed one, Mikey." "Why did you just say that? If you two are done," Leo's voice came from the doorway, making them all jump, "I brought supplies." He emerged from the shadows, carrying their emergency camping stove and what looked like grocery bags. "When did you go up top?" Raph demanded. "Before the storm hit, I had a feeling we might need provisions." Leo started unpacking his bags. "April helped me out." "Please tell me there's—" Mikey began hopefully. "Yes, I got ice cream." Leo held up several containers. "And yes, I got your weird flavor combinations. Triple chocolate fudge brownie with marshmallow swirl isn't weird. It's a culinary masterpiece." "It's a sugar coma waiting to happen," Donnie observed, finally extracting himself from the generator. "Also, I think the power's going to be out for a while. We should eat that ice cream before it melts." "Now you're talking!" Mikey was already grabbing spoons. "Emergency ice cream party!" "This isn't a party," Leo started to say, but Raph was already helping Mikey drag the cushions into a circle. "Come on, fearless leader," Raph grinned. "When's the last time we just hung out?" "We lived together." "Yeah, but when's the last time we weren't training or fighting or dealing with some crisis?" Leo opened his mouth to argue, then closed it thoughtfully. Soon they were all settled in their nest cushions, surrounded by a lantern light, and shared ice cream straight from the containers. "Don't judge my culinary genius, Raph." "I'm not judging. I'm horrified. Almost as horrified as I am by your terrible comic book tales." Oh, here we go. Mikey rolled his eyes. Just because I think Silver Sentry could totally beat Justice Force in a fair fight. Are you kidding me? The whole point of Justice Force is that they work together as a team. Silver Sentry has super strength and can fly and has heat vision. That doesn't matter when you're up against coordinated tactics and years of experience fighting together. Don caught Leo's eyes as their brother's debate escalated, complete with dramatic ice cream spoon gestures. Leo shook his head fondly, passing Don the mint chocolate chip. Another thunderclap rattled the walls. Without comment, they all shifted slightly close together. Storm's right overhead now, Don said quietly, glancing up at the ceiling. Mikey had somehow ended up with chocolate sauce on his nose. He was still arguing with Raph, light-hearted bickering. Leo was pretending not to smile as he separated the cookie chunks from his ice cream. The storm raged on overhead, but down in their corner of the sewers, surrounded by battery-powered lanterns and empty ice cream containers, it felt less like being trapped and more like being home. We should do this more often. Make it a tradition, Mikey said later, drowsy and content. The ice cream party part, not the power outage part. Raph had fallen asleep mid-argument. Don was tinkering with a small circuit board, but his eyes were drooping. It's not a party, Leo protested automatically, but he was already pulling a blanket over Raph's shoulders. Sure it's not, Mikey smiled knowingly. Just like you didn't get my favorite ice cream on purpose. Leo's face softened. Go to sleep, Mikey. Just saying. Best big brother ever. Now you're just trying to butter me up. Is it working? Maybe. Leo adjusted the blanket over Don, who had finally succumbed to sleep mid-equation. We'll see about making it a tradition. Mikey's victory grin was interrupted by another one. Knew you caved in. Nobody can resist the power of ice cream and family bonding. Whatever you say. But Leo was smiling as Mikey finally drifted off. The storm continued through the night, but none of them noticed. They were too busy being exactly where they needed to be, together, safe, and slightly sticky from melted ice cream. Sometimes the best traditions started by accident. And sometimes being trapped underground wasn't so bad after all.